Hi, I'm Luther. I'm a Master PGA professional based in Milton Keynes, and I'm also the inventor of the Explanar golf training system. I've got an exciting afternoon because I've got a new pupil, and my pupil's name is Jed. So Jed, welcome to the Explanar Swing Studio. It's our first meeting together. What would you like to get at? Just to give me some of your background about your golf, where you are at the moment and where you've been.
Okay. Well, I'm in my late 60s now, and I play off 21. And the problem I have is that every time I play in a four ball, I'm 50, 60 yards behind all the young lads, which really winds me up. I do have a problem in that about 5 years ago I had a stroke. So I'm gradually getting stronger and stronger, and I'm hoping that today we can put the finishing touches and I can start to reduce my handicap.
Oh, that's good. Well, we've got some good goals in there for you, Jed. In terms of the recovery from the stroke, is your right side stronger than your left at the right? Is there a difference at the moment?
There is. My left side is about 90% of what it should be. Right. So the problem I have had is that as I play the ball through, I have trouble resisting on my left side. Right. So that's been I have to take that into account when I practice and when I play.
And did your right arm suffer, or has it recovered?
Right arm was fine, but my left arm was left side was completely paralyzed. Okay. So now that's, and in fact, it was playing golf that managed to relax the left side quite a bit.
Well, great. That gives us something to work on, and hopefully the Explanar golf training system will act as a bit of very specific golfing physio for you.
Great. Looking forward to it.
So you talked to me about losing distance. If I can hit the ball further, more sweetly today, that'd be good?
Absolutely, yeah, that's where we're going.
All right, that's what I'm going to do. And just one thing I want to check, and for the viewers as well, is that people assume that by going for a longer shot that you'll be less accurate. And what I just want to assure you is that if I do get you longer in this session using the Explanar, I fully anticipate the grouping to improve. Right. Okay, so it's counterintuitive, but if I can get you to the ball further, I think your grouping will improve, so nothing to fear. Great. So like in any shot, we've got the GC2 simulator here. Jed, if you'll aim down the white line to the post and just hit 3 or 4 shots to loosen up.
Okay.
And
I've got a 7-iron here.
7-iron's good, yeah. Very good. So straight away you've got the ball going sweetly, nice bit of draw spin, Jed, that's exactly what we want.
Just another 10 yards would do.
Another 10, okay. So the thing is, let's just, before you hit the shot, Jed, let's have a look and just confirm the carry distance. So 120 there is your carry, and that's the distance we're interested in. We're interested in how far it goes through the air.
Right up.
So in you go. Excellent. So it was a much stronger shot, went through the 150 barrier nearly. Yes, you did, that was good. Yep. And your carry overall was 138, so that was quite a big pickup. All right, so keep it going. What I like about those shots, Jed, is they've got draw spin. They're curving a bit from right to left, and that's healthy. That's right. What you want, yep. Because you get a faster movement with more penetration. Very good. So you've done really well there, Jed.
Whew, no pressure.
Yeah, it's 3 good shots to loosen up. Okay, but what's lovely to have the vapor trails, okay? So the first shot you hit was nice to hit a bit of draw spin. Next shot, a bit looser, a bit further, have the draw spin, but you start it left. The nice thing about the last shot you hit, the ball actually started just right at the flag and came back. Right. And that's really what you want to happen all the time. So just hit one more for me. Good. So when you hit that shot, Jed, I want you to be pleased, and for the viewer at home, if you're going to hit a bad shot, make sure it's going to go with draw spin. If you miss the green, you're going to be pin high. Any shot that fades and goes right, not only misses the green, it's a club short with a bunker in the way. Okay? So we can't help the fact that we're inconsistent, we're human beings, but we can choose the nature of it. So if you can just commit to me to stick with that lovely draw spin shot and let me worry about the rest. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take Jed and we're going to put him in the Explanar, and without any sort of technical thought, I'm just going to allow him to feel what the Explainer swing system does for his body. So basically, if you're like a BMW engine block with no oil in the sump, my job is to get you oiled up and more mobile this morning, but not to change your swing greatly, because it's basically a good mechanism. If you can do what you've just done so far, we're halfway there. So let's get Explainer out and we'll put you on there.
Good, let's go.
As you can see, we've moved Explainer into position. I'm going to put Jed through his paces in the Explainer. You've been hitting 7-iron, Jed, so if you give me a 7-iron, I'm going to give you the weighted power roller. If you step into the Explainer,
Right.
we're going to go down the handle of the club quite a lot.
Yep.
So
I see.
That's very good. So really we want your index finger, this is almost on the chrome, right down the handle. So we're basically simulating that 7-iron swing.
Yep.
Okay, but it's important now that we measure Explainer to the correct angle, not just the height of your body, but for the club that you're using. So we can see there that the Explainer's a little bit flat for you. So simple adjustment on the rear strut. Just going to drop it down just an inch. There we go. Okay, so just move your feet back an inch for me, Jed. That's great. So what we've done is we set the swing plane through your upper sternum. And that height is because of your physique and the club. If you're hitting driver, the machine would be flatter. Right. If you're hitting wedge. But we're simulating a 7-iron here. I'll just put a golf ball there for you to focus on, not to hit, of course. And what we're going to do, I want one little tweak from you. See that right elbow? Yep. I need it to fold down and to be soft. Right. Everything else about your setup I really like. So from today, you're going to play with a soft right elbow. Gotcha. Left arm straight, fantastic. Right elbow folded. So just extend it again to where it was. And the only change you're going to make to today is that. I'm going to fold that down. You got it? Yep. Okay. So you're going to focus on the golf ball. And your shoulders and your arms and the roller are like a Y shape, okay? And I'm going to help you get started. Just relax a little bit. And we're going to just let the Y shape move the roller backwards and forwards. Good. Keep watching the ball for me. It's very tempting to watch the roller. Yep. Just relax a little bit for me. That's great. So what we have here, absolutely common. Jed's improving his fitness from his stroke. He's getting his strength back. But like most golfers his age, he's reluctant to hinge the wrists. His wrists are very, very tight. So we've softened the right elbow, and I need you to soak your wrists in WD-40. There we go. So your shoulders, Jed, and the roller are just building you up to half a swing. You see that? So relax. Look there now, look roller. You're halfway back. Yep. Come through. Got it? Yep. Now, again, relax and pretend you're enjoying it. I know it's a line you've used a lot in your life. Yeah, yeah. Okay. It never worked for me. Never worked for you. So right elbow soft. Just work the roller backwards and forwards. Good. Watch the ball though for me, Jed. Lovely. So a bit wider and a bit slower. A bit wider. Good. That's it. Well done. Okay, and come to rest. So when I watched hit the golf shot, as I said, most of your swing breakers are very good. Yep. My job today is to get your wrists working. So you've just given and demonstrated to all of us a half a swing. You've turned the shoulder, arms and club to here, and then you swung through a little bit further. You happy with that? Yep. Okay, so this is the new you, Jed. As you turn, I want your wrist to hinge. So this is wrist hinge. Can you feel that? Yep. So as you turn, the wrists are going to hinge. Got it? Yep. Then when you come through, they're going to rehinge again. Okay. Now this is the only thing we're going to do today, and it's very significant, and we've got to be patient until you get it. So as you turn the shoulder, cock your wrist to 90. Can you feel that? Yep. So this angle here is 90 degrees. Yep. When you come through, I need you, can you believe it, to relax your wrists. Come on, like jelly. Can you see that? Yep. Now that's a massive difference. That's the old Jed. Yep. And that's the new Jed. Right. All right. That's a big change. That's a big change. Okay. But if we're going to find another 20 yards for you, that's what we need. Good. Well done. Okay. All the way back. Perfect. Freeze. Freeze. That's it. Well done. So look. Now at this point, yep, the viewers can see the roller has gone onto the flat surface, the plane fin. So the plane fin is there to show you're in plane. Right. But I really want you to get from this part, This angle is now 90.
Yep.
Normally, it's not.
Yep.
Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is that when you release, relax for me, you've got to let the wrist hinge as quickly as you can on this front side. Can you see that?
Gotcha.
It's the mirror image, all right? Now, it may take us 2 doses of medicine on Explain to do it, but I know that it will work for you. Right elbow soft. Now, hinge the wrist going back and through. Better. You're perfect going back now, Jed. And stop, stop. So this is all lovely, but can you see? You could have hinged to here.
Yep.
Now you've got to find that wrist hinge in the entire downswing. So back you go. Hinge. Woo, sit. Stay on the machine there. Okay, so I'll come in with you.
Yep.
Watch the golf ball. So you thin the roller on the hoop. Ah, you feel that?
Yep.
You've now got wrist cock. Well done. Right. Now stay relaxed. Let the rehinge occur. Bit more. Relax. Yeah. Now relax. See that?
Yep.
Okay. That's entirely different, isn't it?
Certainly feels a lot different.
It is. Okay. Off you go. Keep the roller on the hoop as you go back, Jed. That's lovely. Good. Ah, we're getting better. Now again, you should be on the flat surface and fully hinged.
Right.
Can you feel that working back towards you?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Good. Couple more. Blend going back, shoulder and wrist. And release. Well done. Good. So that's the first little dose of Explanar. We're going to move. You're not here to enjoy yourself, Jed. No. Okay. So you see there, that's the first dose of medicine, probably 5 or 6 minutes on the Explanar, and I know that Jed has improved his wrist hinge going back. It may or may not take a second dose of Explanar to get his wrist working on the follow through. What's counterintuitive, Jed, is you think, well, Luther, if I hinge my wrist, I can be less accurate. The reverse is true.
Right.
You'll be more accurate. You couldn't throw a dart with a stiff wrist. You couldn't play snooker or pool with a stiff wrist. You couldn't spin a pebble. You couldn't even whisk eggs with a stiff wrist. That mobility is incredibly important for distance and for accuracy. Okay, so we're going to move the Explainer out of the way and hit some shots after the treatment. Okay, so Jed's had a good dose of Explainer. I certainly feel it helped your backswing. I've put the ball there down for you. Now what tends to happen is you'll completely duff the first couple of shots. And that's a good sign. It means I've stretched you. And you'll duff it because the club will feel like a matchstick compared to the 4-pound roller.
Right.
But it's in the stretching that I've changed you. So don't worry if you make a complete pillocks of the first couple. You'll be fine. Okay. So we'll just
I'm used to making a complete.
Okay. So that's good. Okay. So have some fun with it, Jed. Nice and creative. You're going to hinge your wrists and swish the club head through. Very nice. Okay. So you can blend, Jed, as fully as you want, shoulder and wrist. And in the downswing, you can swish your right hand as freely as you want. There's no speed limit on this. Hinge, great. So you're hinging and you're swishing through freely with the right hand. Go for it now, Jed. Very good. Okay. So, yes, you will do it. As I said, the first couple of shots, but we'll start to see the improvement now. Okay. Just move the feet to your right 1 inch for me, Jed. Right to your feet. That's good, lad. Okay. Now come on, wrist and shoulder, hinge and swish. Off you go. Very good. Okay. Now I know that you can move the club head more quickly than that. So I need a little bit more shoulder turn. I need a little bit more wrist hinge. And then I want the right hand, the first thing you do in the downswing is you release the right hand as quickly as you can. Okay. Just bear with me a second. I'm just going to change the club. Good. So here we go. We're going to blend fully, shoulder and wrist, hinge and release. Very good. Okay. So we're 5 shots in now. Just move the feet to your right a couple of inches for me, Jed. Okay, now there's a full swing with wrist hinge and release the right hand for your worth on the way through. Ah, got it?
Yep.
Good. You see that? Good stuff.
you.
So it's a very simple concept. All Explainer done for you is taught you to turn the shoulder, but relax that right elbow, so this hinges.
Yep.
I think you can see that this stiffness is what's trapped your wrist. Now this is released, you can now cock your wrist in the backswing.
Right.
All right, good stuff. So let's just feel that together. As you go back, shoulder and wrist, that's wrist cock, isn't it?
Yep.
Look at the ball for me, and from here, the right hand is as quick as it can be. Keep going. It's not the left hand that hits the ball.
Yep.
It's the right hand, it's your tennis hand. That's good. Okay, hit a couple more and then we'll give you another dose of Explanar. Very good. Now we're getting some grouping. Very good. Okay, Jed,
Right.
you've done well so far.
Cheers.
You've got the ball drawing, it's going further, but the next stage is going to get you to hit the ball further again,
Right.
but the golf balls are going to start to the right of the centre line. So what you've just done there, that was purely improving his backswing. It's the through swing that's going to make him hit the ball further and keep your accuracy. Well done.
Okay.
Okay, so Jed, you've had one dose of Explainer. We've
Yeah.
got you to turn your shoulders and cock your wrists in the backswing and hitting the flat surface, the plane fin. But what we're looking for now, and what's going to give you the extra carry and distance and more height in the trajectory, is we're going to get your rehinge on the way through. So that's what we're going to do. Dose 2,
Yep.
in you go.
Here
So
we go.
rest of the roller there, grip at the bottom of the handle, feet either side. There's no ball position with Explainer, Jed.
Yep.
Base of the arc is there.
Right.
We can just double check that your height is good. Yeah, just move back an inch for me. Lovely, that's fine. So that's the only measurement we need to check. Okay, this is so much better. Can you see the change? I'm sure you as the viewer can see the change. Put your right arm back to where it was. You see that rigidity?
Yep.
It's going to limit your backswing movement. So just fold it out of the way and then forget about it.
Yep.
Okay, that's good. So that's any actual swing advice I've given you, or
is.
change.
Yep.
All right, so you keep looking forward. As you turn the shoulder, you're going to work those wrists to 90 degrees. Lovely, just stay there for an hour. All right, now when you come through, work with me, let the wrists relax and let them rehinge. Good, that's it, come back to get your balance again. So this is wrist cock,
Yep.
and that's wrist cock and shoulder turn in the backswing. What we're trying to find now is wrist cock in the follow through. You got it?
Yep.
Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Yep. So you're going to blend shoulder and wrist, and pure right hand rehinge. Okay. You can't be too early when you do it.
Right.
Okay. So blend and stop at the top. Blend, stop, release. I love the swing, but we're 45 degrees of the wrist hinge missing.
Right.
Now you've got to find that missing 45 degrees, Jed, in the whole of the downswing. So once you've made your backswing, now, look, now go for it and
So
rehinge.
from the top.
Absolutely. Okay. So swing back. Hold. Lovely. Release. Well done. We're on our way. Okay. Now the better you get at that little walkthrough, that little senior walkthrough, that's classic stiff wrists.
Yeah.
All right. And that senior walkthrough will disappear if you get oily on the way through now.
Okey-doke.
Okay. Blend. Fantastic. Keep doing it. Non-stop. Don't stop. Good. Just calm it down to violent. Lovely. Oh, we see the change?
Yep.
Now, a minute ago, you were 90 degrees missing. In a short space of time, 10 minutes,
10 minutes.
we're starting to see this change.
Yep.
All right, in you go. So hinge wrist going back, Jed. Shoulder wrist. Rehinge. Good. All right. Okay, we're going to move Explainer out of the way.
Yep.
And we're going to give Jed his second chance to find that distance. So Jed, you've had your second little dose of Explainer medicine. In the first dose, I got the shoulders and wrist hinging the backswing. And this is very new territory for you. But what I needed Jed to do is from the top of his backswing, rehinge on the way through.
Yep.
Okay, so it's a blend of shoulder and wrist, blend word,
Yep.
but swish for all you're worth.
Swish them.
All right. Now remember, You may hit a couple of iffy ones because the road's light.
Yep.
Let's see what happens over 6 or 7 shots. Okay, and again, give me a faster swish than that now, Jed. Yeah, you cannot be too quick with your right hand.
Right.
Trust me now. Off you go. You're going to hinge, going back, blend, and for all you're worth, you're going to swish the right hand through. Off you go. Very good. Okay, now just keep doing what you're doing. All right? You're blending fully, and you're releasing the right hand as quickly and as creative as you dare. Move the feet to your right 1 more inch. Okay, clear your brain. It's not a long job. Now, blend fully and swish that right hand. I liked it, but the backswing was incomplete. So I need the full blend if you're going to get the full power. Shoulder and wrist, that's it. Okay, comfortable?
Yep.
Blend fully, swish the ball away with the right hand. That's okay. You're going to hit the odd poor one simply because your body's learning something new.
Yep.
But the moment you fire one, you'll see the difference. Okay, off you go. Ah, very good. So, let's really go for this now, for the gold medal. Have a practice swing, give me a full shoulder and full wrist, and swish the right, I love it. Just swish the grass as you do it, and we're there. All right, off you go. Blend fully, shoulder and wrist, and swish for England. Ah, can you hear it?
Yeah.
Now can you see how much cleaner that is?
Yep.
Now that is your second longest shot through the air. You're through the 150 barrier now with your 7-iron.
Love it.
Okay,
Yep.
but if I show you the aerial view, you see your strongest shots are your most accurate. Can you see that? All right.
That's
and
amazing.
yeah. So these couple here. So if I now cherry pick and take away the shorter of those blue, just purely on distance, and show you your longer shots. So I just cherry picked the longest of the blue. That was after your second session.
Right.
Can you see on the left now, bottom left, that blue circle? So I think you can see, viewers, that the dispersion, and we've done this quite quickly, this is like speed dating, Jed. Normally we take more time, but to keep it compact and sensible. Okay, the yellow hoop followed by the red hoop got tighter, but the longest shots in the blue were also your most accurate. So not only have you got longer, but the tighter dispersion has moved from the left to the right. So if we continue this and you
I'd
go away
never have
from
believed that if you'd said that to me at the start, I would never have.
So just to finish off, Jed, all right, I want you to be reckless. I want you to hit blend, look, fully, and then whip the right hand with as much swish as you dare. We'll give you 3 more shots. How's that? In you go.
Here we go.
So blend fully and buzz it with the right hand. Come on now. Very good. Very good. All right. Now the right hand, that's your longest through the air. If your right hand hinged quicker, it wouldn't go left.
Right.
So at the moment, and I can show the viewer, Jed is releasing beautifully, but to the left. If he rehinged, he would go down the line and the ball wouldn't pull. So who'd have thought it? Wrist hinge is going to give you more distance. It's going to make you more accurate. Go for it, Jed. Blend and whip the right hand through. Very good. Okay. So last of the 3, just keep the ball anywhere right of the white line, but the same blend and swish. You can't hit too fast with the right hand now. Ah, do you hear it? Do you hear it? Right? Good. So Jed, as I say, that was speed dating. I'd probably spend 2 half-hour sessions, but obviously you at home, we don't want you to lose the will to live while I get Jed to draw the ball. So Jed, have you enjoyed that?
I'm absolutely whacked, but I've got my 10 yards.
Yeah, you can see it, all right? Well done. Cheers. All right, so I've soaked your wrist in WD-40, and you can write this on the back of a post-it note, set up, blend the wrist, release the right hand. That's your mantra. Didn't change everything. No. The only physical change, fold the right elbow. In the early part of our lesson, Jed, we worked on your wrist hinge, and we put you in Explanar, and we soaked your wrist in WD-40, and I think it's a work in progress now. You're going to work on your wrist hinge going back and re-hinge going through. But what you did say to me at the start of the lesson is you want more distance. So we're going to look at your driver, and I'm going to try and find you 20-25 yards if that's possible. The thing is, that a driver is the longest club in the bag and has no need of help from the wrists. What we're going to do in this part of Jed's lesson is we're going to get his forearms working, because forearms are very important when it comes to hitting the ball with draw spin and a long way. Okay, so I'm going to step out of the way, Jed. I just want you to hit 5 or 6 shots to loosen up. We're on the practice ground, and off you go. You're going to load and hit me a driver. Very good. So you're saying to me, on a really good tee shot, you might carry it 220. That would be your best at the moment. Yeah, good. Excellent. So this is a good setup, Jed. You're aiming well. Off you go. That was rather nice. And the thing that was nice about it was it had draw spin. Can you see that?
Yep.
So actually it wasn't as pretty a shot as the first one, but ran further because it had draw spin. So well done. It's good news that there's draw spin there for you. Oh, absolutely. So this is broadly a good setup. Off you go. Yeah. So you can see the GC2 doesn't lie. We're in optimum conditions. It's dry, there's no wind or rain, but the GC2 camera is absolutely on the money in terms of accuracy. It's not a radar system that guesses it. This actually extrapolates from the launch data. And as the ball leaves the club face, we know exactly what the ball is doing. Okay. What I liked about the last shot was it quite naturally wanted to start out to the right-hand side. Can you see the 3 shots you've hit?
Yep.
They favoured 1 or 2 o'clock
Yep.
because it's a longer club. The $64,000 question for both of us is how you're going to shape it.
Right.
So if I can get you to hit the ball down to the right with shape, it's going to give you more carry and more roll.
Okay.
Okay, off you go. A couple more. Good stuff. Very good. Now, I'm not saying that's the prettiest shot you've ever hit, no. But basically I think you take 14 of those in the monthly medal, wouldn't you?
Do me fine, yeah.
Yeah. So let me just replay that for you, and that's a great thing with the GC2 camera. I can show you the replay. So you were aiming down the white line for me, Jed.
Yep.
The ball started out at 2 o'clock and drew back to the fairway. So that's really how we want it to go. So I don't want to change you technically, but I do want to sort of lubricate you, get you freer, and see if we can get you carrying the ball another 20 yards through the air. I think there's 20, 25 yards to be found overall. Good. So let's get the explainer, put you in there, and see what happens. So Jed is now in the explainer. Earlier we were hitting like a 6-iron, 7-iron simulation. Yep. And what we're going to do now is we're going to simulate a driver swing. So you're going to take your grip at the top of the roller.
Top of the roller?
The very top, yes. Yep. And then put your feet either side. Now what we can now tell, if I get the plane sensor rod, is that the swing earlier is a couple of inches too high. So I'm just going to drop explainer down for you, and it's going to simulate, just move the feet back 1 more inch for me. That's plenty, plenty. So now what I'm going to do, Jed, I'm going to bring explainer down a little bit, flatten the swing, yep, which is what the driver wants you to do. So that's good. Okay. So this lesson is about loading the shoulders going back. So the left shoulder ignites the movement, and then the right hand fires the release. Got it? Yep. So you watch the orange tee peg for me. Keep your eye on the tee peg. Load the shoulder, release. Good. Just relax a little bit. Good. So turn your left shoulder a bit more if you can. Can you feel that? Yep. And then the right hand releases the forearm on the way through. Off you go. Very good. Well done. Just come back to the middle. Now, if you have that senior walkthrough, that's just an indication of stiff wrists again. So keep your wrists oily. Because look, if you come through with stiff wrists, the weight of the roller drags you out of balance, as a normal golf club would. Right. So the more sweetly you release, the more you'll keep your balance. So shoulder, full shoulder, release, and keep your balance. You feel that? Yep. So when not the body, it's the hands and the roller. See that? Right. So when you turn the shoulder going back, you're on the plane fin. Look back for me. That's great, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. What I ask you to do is to come through and get onto flat surface this side as well. So earlier today, we did the 6-iron with wrist hinge. Wrists are not important with the driver. It's the form rotation that you're learning. So load the shoulder. Good. And again. Keep the roller on the surface. Very good. Very good. And again. Good. So Jed, try and feel contact. Feel the roller on the hoop. Don't let it come off the hoop. You got it? Yep. Then release. Good. Good. So load the shoulder. Draw. Good. Keep the club on the flat surface. Load. Stop. Lovely. Now right hand, release. I liked it, but it was lethargic. Start again. Stop. Release. Good. So the backswing's all about your left shoulder.
Yep.
Downswing's all about your right hand. Okay. So let's move the explainer and then let Jed loosen the driver. Jed has had a 3 or 4 minute workout on explainer. We set explainer flatter, Jed, to give you the simulation of the flatter driver swing plane. Yep. And whereas earlier in the day worked on your wrist hinge, that's not the issue now. It's in the downswing how quickly your hands and forearms can rotate. Right. So it's all about shoulder coil and release. And I just want you to, don't think about it too much, just hit me 6 or 7 shots in succession. Yep. And let's see what happens. So off you go. So you're going to load the shoulder and release your right hand. Very good. Okay. So that's your longest through the air, straight away. Yep. Okay. So it's one swing thought going back, load the left shoulder, and one downswing thought coming through. Okay, you comfortable? Yep. So load the left shoulder, release the draw. Good. So keep it going. You comfortable? Yep. Now take your time, load the left shoulder, release the draw. Now I don't think I give you a better demonstration of how quickly explainer works on somebody. In a conventional learning situation with video camera and just verbal and oral communication, but with explainer I can change you without you knowing very quickly. So if you look over and Simon the cameraman, look at the dispersion on the left. Can you see the white circle with a few drivers you hit by yourself? They were nice, yeah. Around the 200, 220 on a good one. But the amazing thing is, I put an explainer, what, for 3-4 minutes? Yep, that's all. You've come out, you've hit every shot down the right with draw. The shot is considerably longer, folks, but the grouping is tighter. And it's totally counterintuitive. Yep. Okay, you'd think that the harder you hit it, the further it's better. Not true. The stronger you hit it, the tighter the grouping, and there's your proof. Well done. So that was 3 great shots. Let's just go to the fine detail now. And you see, the last 2 shots you actually carried. So if we go back to before explainer, your longest shot through there was 196. Yep. Right? Your first shot here was 198. Then you went to 15 yards. So I found you 15 yards of distance straight away. Okay? 20 yards overall. So that's just 3 shots. If you imagine taking this medicine, yep, a few minutes every day, how much further is that going to go? It's brilliant. Okay, so let's just be a bit reckless for the last couple. I want you to load the shoulder as fully as you dare, yep, and I want you to release that right hand as fast as you can. So you're going to create as much power as you can, load the shoulder, and right hand release. Come on now. Very good. That wasn't your best shoulder turn. It was your best hand action, right, but it wasn't your best shoulder turn. You're a little bit hands and armsy first. It's the left shoulder that moves first, Jed. Wait a second. Come on now. Left shoulder, coil and release. Okay, so it's wearing off now. That's literally the effect. Explain lasted for 4 or 5 shots, yeah, and then it lost. Okay, let's see if we can just finish on one more. Okay, so your setup's great. There's 2 things you must do. You must load the shoulder and you must release the right hand. Off you go. A little bit quick. Tired? Yeah, getting tired. Okay, but even that one, gone through the 200-yard barrier for you.
230 barrier at one.
Yeah, Well, I think the longest shot you've hit today, if I just check, you've had three, 238, 235 and 231.
Great.
Okay, and that tends how Explanar works. It will last for 4 or 5 shots and it wears off. But if we got back onto Explanar, then you'd get another dose of medicine. You enjoyed that?
Cheers, mate.
Well done.
That's great.
So there we have it. Jed's, with the swing he came with, we soaked in WD-40. He now knows the driver. He's got to load the shoulder bravely and release. And what we've proved with the GC2 system is that the strongest shot Jed are also his most accurate.